Okay. Think we're back.
Oh my god, okay.
What's going on tonight anyway? Hasn't been attacked by the cat.
It's true.
Yeah, where's Kitty?
He's there.
Always watching.
Hey, just give
Always looking,
stream...
ready to pounce on your toes when you least expect it.
Just give the stream a few
Stream's
seconds
back
to
on mine.
catch up. Are we back?
I'm gonna refresh. 'Cause
We
mine's-
are we
It
confirmed?
has
Have you guys
a
watched
turn.
Confirmed back.
Uncle Roger?
Let me see if I can hear sound.
Please no
Yeah,
Uncle Roger
yeah,
reference.
Yeah, I can hear sound on it.
Can you hear us?
It's all good on mine.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, let's crack on then. So, I'm gonna can the music for the rest of it and just try and struggle on with what we've got. So,
Do you mean you're switching off Spotify?
yeah, I've switched
Is that
off
what you meant?
Spotify at my
Okay.
end. Okay, so Natasha, you've just used Healing Word on James, bringing back to full health. What else are you doing?
That was I gave Bardic Inspiration to
Bardic Inspiration to Faye, yes, yep.
Yes, and then I was sitting down, cross-legged, box in my lap, and glaring at it. Because fuck this potential baddie hand just waving at me, telling me what to do. I don't approve of it, but I don't know what else I can do right now. So I'm gonna glare at it.
I'm Natasha, and I approve this message.
Absolutely fine. So
I also don't want to break the box because the blue-white swirly thing looks pretty cool.
Okay. So if that's the end of your turn then, Faye, you're up. Magemak, you're on deck.
I would like to quadruple circle tickle, please.
Go for it. Roll to hit, please.
Tickle. Wow.
This is gonna send him insane, isn't it? You want to roll?
Down.
You want to roll?
No, I don't want to roll.
Oh shit in your shoes.
Shit. Oh god. Oh god. I got a 21.
21 hits. Roll some damage, please.
That is 6 slashing and 6 lightning. 12 in
Okay.
total.
Oh, nice.
So as the sickle carves through, it opens the wound, and then the electricity discharges and completely seals the wound back over.
Discharge.
Oh. Terrible.
But making
now,
it
isn't
stronger.
21.
21 hits.
8.
Okay. Again, carves through, but you can just see the wounds are starting to stitch themselves back together a little bit immediately afterwards.
I can quite happily go on doing this all night, just taking pieces out of it. Oh, so close. 27.
27 hits.
8.
Cool.
24.
Again, hits.
I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on that one. Oh, I got the same again. 7.
Can you
Okay.
apply Bardic Inspiration to damage as well?
I know, but I got the same anyway. So.
Just on rolls to hit.
Okay. Oh, well, I got the
So-
same.
Yeah, both of the second set of attacks seem to have the same trajectory as the first ones. They carve through, but then the wounds start healing over. The only difference is this time the skull on top pivots immediately around to stare at you,
no.
and this thing opens its jaw. No sound comes out, but the flames immediately blaze right the way up to the ceiling before receding down, and it just stares directly at you, Faye. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Okay, next up is both of the quadrones that Magemak has summoned in.
Are you rolling?
both of them are. Both of them are essentially just going to start pummeling the shit out of this thing.
And Lours was worried.
How long do these demons last?
An hour.
All right.
Oh lord.
Or till they
I'm
don't.
gonna be fighting these fuckers after.
Well, the
No,
funny thing is, he summoned them into the room. He has no control over them. He's just
No, I
summoned them.
know.
Both of them just run
I'm
up.
gonna
And
just put these here.
both of them run up and just start punching this thing in its flanks. You don't really see them like getting a lot of damage in, but they seem to be like quite fastidious in their work. They're punching with a nice rhythm and speed. You can see like a few little sort of dents and bruises forming in this thing's side, but it's not really doing a huge amount of damage. As this is going on, the voice from the box says, "Quickly, release me now."
All right, but you have
do
to
it.
promise not to
Um,
be a baddie.
As you're doing this, the creature just swings around and takes a couple of swipes at the quadrones and completely smashes one into bits. Narrowly misses the second. Fade, the skull is still staring at you. What is your armor class, please?
13.
13.
0.5.
Paper.
0.5. Why? Because I grabbed the cloud drone and put it in front of me.
In this sort of silent rage, it fires off another 2 gouts of flame, which just managed to miss you.
Oh, I am lucky this evening.
So, Magemak, you're up. Lours, you're on deck.
Can I still attack and stuff? I thought my thingy was a concentration.
No, it's not actually a concentration spell. Summon lesser demons just pops some demons into existence.
Oh, I'm going to fire at it with some Eldritch Blast.
Hooray! Roll to hit, please.
So I just started blasting away.
I just started Eldritch blasting.
So I started blasting him.
Nice.
Is it C Eldritch or?
Yes.
A
yeah.
cast.
Exclamation
Ah.
C. Eldritch blast.
Oh, would that just check it?
Sorry, yes,
Is
you're
it
absolutely correct.
cast?
It is exclamation cast.
I rolled a 9 to hit
That hits.
and 7 to damage them.
Okay.
And then I got to roll again, haven't I?
Yep, so the first cast of Eldritch Blast, you get this golden beam of energy just blasts out of your staff and rips a chunk out of this thing.
And then I rolled a 17.
Yep, that hits. Some damage
And-
again, please.
4. Can I pull it? Can I pull it closer to me?
You can. That would basically be pulling it through Faye, James, and Bagerac.
Do
Did
it.
I'll leave it where it is.
Okay. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Nah, I could just pass that.
It's fine. So, Lours, you're up. James, you're on deck.
Okay. Can I? No, I still got to concentrate on this. What is everyone looking reasonably healthy at the moment?
Yep. I am fine.
Bad.
What's damage?
Okay.
What even is pain?
think
In that
Bagerac.
case, I will use my Badrac's reasonably damaged, isn't he? So I'll use one of my. I'll use my bonus action to. Actually, no, it isn't even an action. I'll restore 1d6 hit points to Oh no, it's on. Oh no, it still has to be on their terms. Looking shit. I will drop Healing Spirit, and
Okay.
will. Is there any space behind it where I could cast a 5-foot diameter, 5-foot radius? Sorry, circle that it would not hit anyone.
There is, about the only other thing it would catch is the remaining quadrone.
Yeah, it's happening.
Cool.
I'll cast Moonbeam on it at second level.
Second level
Demons
Moonbeam.
aren't people.
Just
Technically
basic
it's a
Moonbeam,
robot.
basically.
Are you picking on my demons?
So they have to.
Okay.
They have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I've just Nigel, no!
DC 16.
Quick
So
back
if they are
DC 16 Constitution save.
Yes. If they're a shape changer, they make it with disadvantage. I don't know if that makes any kind of difference.
Okay. 2 seconds then. Quadrone fails.
Sweet. That's not kind of what I wanted, but it'll do.
Badger, Bagerac, you're gonna have to yeet it.
And the it's con save, sorry.
Yes.
16.
That's my save DC.
Yep. So the flesh creature fails.
Okay. So they both take 12 radiant damage.
Cool.
Can't believe you've done this.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Death Star laser.
Pretty much, yeah. The beam just comes down in a sort of a purplish hue, and they just straight up
Okay.
just burst.
So the quadrone is immediately vaporized.
Whoops.
By this. The creature just kind of stops. The flames die out on its head. And I'm going to need for Faye, James, and Bagerac to all make a dex saving throw, please, to avoid being smacked by this thing as it falls forward.
I've got disadvantage on this as well.
Yay, 9.
Cool.
You get crushed.
Do you take 9 or you just take 5?
Hang on.
13.
And James?
18.
Okay. Yeah, so you all manage to step out the way as the thing falls forward. As it does, the skull just comes crashing down onto the crystal box in front of Natasha and shatters it open. And as it does, the spectral form of a male humanoid gets up and looks down very mournfully at this fallen creature and just goes, well, I guess I won't be getting that body back after all. And that's where we're going to take a break. Over a little bit. Apologies to people watching on stream. We have had my dear beloved laptop just throw a fit and kill the stream halfway through. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so to pick this up. So we will see you then.
Alrighty.
And we're back. Cool.
Ow.
So, as you're standing in front of the ruined remains of this creature, this ghostly human has appeared out of the shattered remains of the cube and just looking down going, well, guess I'm not getting that body back then.
Didn't really ask for it, did you?
I asked you
I
to
would-
let me out.
Right, but I asked you if you were a baddie, and you didn't say shit.
Well,
Well,
Suck on those lemons.
it doth butter no parsnips, that silence of yours. So are you a baddie?
I mean, what harm could I have been? I'm just a floating form in a box. It's not like I was a dragon or something that you could have smashed.
But you
to
weren't
bits
going to
out.
be a form in a box if I let you out, was it? Now you're out. So are you a baddie?
I mean,
Yes,
depends on who's asking.
we're asking.
And
That would be
you
I.
are. There's a moment where he kind of looks over at Faye and just goes, I know your face.
Mm.
Show me your arm.
I'd rather not, mate. If you have anything to do with the whole arm thing, then we are not going to talk for long.
Yes, I remember that attitude.
Hmm.
312200, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Hmm.
She's turning savage.
Interesting. For those of you unfamiliar with my work, my name is Cornelius Brightdawn. I was formerly a researcher for the Crimson Order.
Fucking up.
Kill him.
You
Already dead,
intend
isn't he?
to kill me.
Yes.
My dear, I see that your wit remains as dull as ever. I'm already
Whoa.
dead.
Well, you're still chatting bollocks, so something's alive.
So why were you in that box?
Well, I suppose it's not going to harm anyone now. I was researching a way of improving the wizards that we had. The pile of flesh you see before you used to be mine. Unfortunately, I was killed by the same experiment I was attempting to improve on.
Uh-huh.
My
Talk about
superiors,
occupational hazards.
my superiors thought that the results, however traumatic and failed, required further assessment. And so they kept me in that little box so that I couldn't move back in, as it were.
I see.
And it seems that I am unable to move on anywhere else, now that the Crimson Archives have a new overseer.
The Crimson Archive.
Yes,
Is that just where we were?
Yeah.
the main archives located in this facility.
Who's the new owner?
Are they aware of what went on here before?
No, that bulbous, arrogant prick simply wants to claim this place and hoard the knowledge for itself.
Bulbous prick. Do we know a bulbous prick?
Search the archive thing that we were looking at before, see what comes up.
Have we still got that?
If we were there, yeah. But we're not there.
How did you arrive here exactly?
Grabbed by the spleen.
Came through a tunnel.
Woke up in a tunnel.
Did you come past any of the prisoner cells or the corpse garden?
No.
We went to this
Came
cave,
through the tunnel.
and then we went down some stairs. We saw a carpet, and then we were here.
Very
Through
well,
the
then.
tunnel.
I believe we may be of mutual assistance to one another. You see, I am unable to leave this place as long as the new overseer still lives. And you are unable to leave this place as long as the overseer still lives. I would be willing to guide you to the Crimson Archive to deal with our incumbent obstacle.
Insight
I
check.
think.
But
I
how
think
do you know that
fucking-
we can't make our own way back?
Yeah, exactly. Let's kill him, finish him off, make our own way.
You're more than welcome to try, but I don't believe you're as aware of the perilous nature of your journey so much
He's
as
just-
myself.
He's just
We-
going to
we-
try
we're
and
not
steal
ones
the
that
body
follow.
of the other person.
Lours, did
Yeah,
you
do
call
we-
did you call an insight check? Sorry.
Yes, if I may.
Go for it.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit. That is a 7.
7.
Ha!
You're suspicious because they're speaking with a British accent and may well be a villain. But yeah, there's clearly some ulterior motive there. You just can't really discern what it is. They seem that like they genuinely want to get out of this place.
I reiterate
It's the
the
last thing we'll
distrust
ever
to the-
do.
and relay that.
Okay.
Kill.
That is
Kill it with fire.
So is he cursed?
I don't know. Are you cursed?
Normally, a spirit would be able to move on to the afterlife. It seems that I'm currently being denied that particular privilege.
Probably for being a
And-
wanker.
Probably for being a slender prick.
I hope not. I'll be in purgatory for a long.
I strongly believe the reason why is the same reason you are unable to escape.
Is it because of the bulbous prick that's the new overseer of the Crimson Archives?
Exactly, yes.
Can I poke the ghostly figure
But
with
you-
my mace?
You didn't really answer my question.
As you move your mace towards it, it just kind of pushes them a little bit. It's almost like pushing a balloon out the way. They react, but there's no real force there.
Do we know the bulbous prick? Have we encountered someone of that description before?
I've encountered a few bulbous pricks in my life.
That's a story for off stream.
Make me a history check.
Oh, yeah, I figured this was coming. Oh, history. Okay. 20. Let's go. No, that's a 5.
Yeah, you're too busy giggling at the expression bulbous prick. But you have
Understandable.
no recollection of
Yeah,
who or
you
what they're
said
referring
bulbous
to.
prick. So I'm writing that one down.
You're more than welcome to try and find your way out by yourselves, but I believe that you'll be joining me in this never-ending, not quite afterlife, if you do so by yourselves.
More like a pre-afterlife.
Do we know where this place that he's referring to is?
So are we cursed now?
So he is making reference to the Crimson Archive, which Faye, you would recall is something that you heard mentioned during your time being held captive in this place. You infer from what you overheard from the guards, it's part of this facility, this underground bit. Magemak, make me. Let's just call this an Arcana check, just to work out whether or not you're cursed.
It's like
How much
shake
is
the
that?
match.
Did you just see Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, you're aware that this place is faintly magical, but you can't really identify any of the telltale signs that any of you are carrying a curse.
So you're going to take us to the Crimson Archive,
I will.
and you're
take
going to
you
leave us
Crimson Archive.
alone,
So
and
we can
we
leave
kill
here,
the
but we can't leave
baddie.
the archive.
And you're not going to be a baddie because we're killing the baddie.
I have absolutely no interest in what you choose to do there, other than killing the Overseer and letting me move on.
No, kill him.
I'm already dead.
Well, just fuck off though. Like,
I
I want him dead.
Ah.
Could you be a silent guide?
Can we go back? I want to go back to the house. I want to go back in my wardrobe. So let's just follow him or let him guide us. Let's just let him guide us back to the archives and shank someone up.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Being all
regardless of his
baddie-less.
crimes, I'd want to try and
Be-
help him pass on to the afterlife.
Of course you would. I just don't want him to be a baddie.
Well, I don't think if there was intent, then I would have known about it by now. So I think it's probably a good idea.
Let's do it.
All right. Lead the way. Silently.
I'm glad we sorted this out. Follow me. And just drifts back out into the hallway. His body's glowing faintly blue, so even without a source of illumination, you can still see where they are, but you'll need to keep sort of torches and various light sources up to make sure that you're able to see the tunnels you're walking through.
I can't keep it up very long now.
Strolling on for about 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to need you all to make a wisdom saving throw again, please.
Oh god, fucking damn it.
Well, I got a nat 1.
I got a 19.
Cool.
I've got a 6.
Wow, I got a 4 in total. But...
If everyone...
26.
What the fuck?
5.
So let's just run through. Bagerac?
5.
Faye?
6.
James?
Muted.
Like, is he making the bread
muted?
for the toast, or...?
5.
There we go.
Lours?
26.
Magemak?
4.
And finally Natasha.
19.
We are the smartest group.
Okay.
Hey, I'm pretty wise.
Lours and Natasha, you both have this strange sensation that you're being watched.
Oh.
Fuck.
You look around, you can't see anyone, but you just can't shake this odd feeling. Bagerac, Faye, James, and Magemak, you're having a slightly worse time of it.
You're all dead.
As looking at the walls around you with the various sources of illumination, you can see that the stone has started to transition to this sort of more kind of like reddish pink kind of colour, and its texture has changed from the hard, smooth stone to a much more softer, damper looking appearance, and it starts pulsing and closing in and opening out and closing in and opening out. And you get the sensation you might be walking into the throat of something.
Oh, that's grim.
It's a dragon.
I'm gonna hit the wall.
David.
I hit the wall with my mace.
Is it a dragon?
Bagerac, as soon as you hit the wall with your mace, you just hear this clang of steel on stone, and as you look around, the tunnel has returned back to smooth black stone.
Can I try some of the draconic I learned while reading Draconic for Dummies earlier?
You can certainly try.
Cool.
Make just a straight intelligence check, please.
Okay.
Shall I just speak it, seeing as I can?
Yeah, but like, it's me. It's a 12.
Okay. Faye, you hear Natasha say something in Draconic. Natasha, what are you saying in Draconic?
Are you listening?
What?
Faye, what you hear is Natasha asking for 3 chickens on the barn.
I try it again. Are you listening?
This time it comes out as 3 chickens for my sister.
Can I just say, Natasha, what she's trying to say is, are you listening?
Yeah. That's what I said, isn't it? Is that not what I said?
No.
Oh. How'd you say it then?
Are we still following the ghost at this point? I assume we're still walking, by the way.
You are, yes. Whilst this conversation's going on, he leads you past a series of cells that appear to have been set into the wall. Just solid sheet metal with an iron door with just a little viewing slot on it. Faye, you recognise these as the holding cells where you were kept. Again,
Are you gonna fall over again? I swear to fucking God.
the wave of trauma just washes over you again, but you're sort of prepared for it now that you know where you are. You're just able to master it and carry on, but it is dredging up some unpleasant memories for you. You continue following the ghost of Cornelius for a few more minutes, and you come to a junction in the tunnels, and he just turns around and goes, "Now tell me, which way would you have gone? Left or right?"
Left.
Yeah, we'd have gone left.
I would have flipped a halfling to see.
Then let me demonstrate how quickly you would have died. And you follow him down the left-hand path for maybe 30 seconds. And the tunnel suddenly opens up into this much larger space, which is incredibly humid. The air is very damp, and there is this sort of sickly golden light being cast down from the ceiling. The entire floor is just covered in this mat of moss and vines, all sort of weaving and undulating over one another. And in the centre of the room is this enormous plant with these huge petaled heads on it. They're this sort of sickly red and yellow coloration to it. And Cornelius holds up a spectral hand to just sort of get your attention and points to the floor. And lying just at the entrance is a fairly late stage decomposing human body. Like there's just rotted flesh and muscle still hanging off of it. And Cornelius just kind of stoops down and you see his entire form just sort of seep into this corpse, which suddenly opens its eyes with this blue glowing energy coming from its eyes and mouth, and it sort of jerkily tries to take an intake of breath, and it stands up and starts walking towards the flower. It gets maybe 2 steps in before one of the vines suddenly whips around its legs and drags it towards the main body of this plant. The nearest petaled head just opens to reveal each of the petals are incredibly thick and muscular and lined with what look like tiny barbs. And inside this sort of flower-like mouth are another 3 human corpses in roughly the same stage of decomposition. And it just bends down and receives the body of this unfortunate individual from the vine, and then begins to just maneuver the entire body inside of the flower. The vine then relaxes and turns back onto the floor, and you see Cornelius's ghostly form just drift out and goes, "I'm fairly certain one of you idiots would have tried to pick that. Shall we move on?" And he drifts through all of you towards the right-hand fork.
Shall we move on? That's you. That's what you sound like.
I wonder what the flower tastes like though.
Bagerac dies.
Oh well.
Don't taste the flower.
So
Let's
you
go.
continue to follow Cornelius for another few minutes. And as you're travelling on, all of you start to hear just whispers coming from the walls. And then you start noticing that the walls have got tiny little mouths all along them.
I kiss one of them.
Oh god.
As soon as you lean in to touch it, they all disappear.
No.
Boring.
Story of my life.
As a hand shoots out from the wall and grabs you by the throat, I need you to make a strength saving throw, please, Faye.
You
Strength.
retard.
Oh, fuck off. 10.
Okay.
9.
You struggle briefly and then manage to break free of the hand that's just appeared out of this wall. And as you look back at where it was, it's completely smooth stone again.
I think we need to get through this as quick as we can.
Yep.
As you carry on following Cornelius, the tunnel once again opens into a reasonably large open space. As you look in, this is sort of like an oval-shaped chamber, and along the walls are various bookshelves and tables and records and pieces of parchment. The chamber itself is kind of divided into 2 levels. So the upper level is this almost like horseshoe-shaped ridge that runs from the doorway that you've come into up both sides of this oval-shaped room. And then the centre drops down on, so maybe about 10-15 feet. There's a couple of staircases that appear to have just been cut out of the stone, leading down. And in this recess there are more shelves, more books, some odd-looking sort of like skulls arranged around the place of various animals. And asleep in the centre is this huge spherical mass of purplish skin. You can see one large closed eye, a mouth filled with tiny razor-sharp teeth that's just sort of twitching, and rising almost like a crown off the top of it are 10 stalks with an eye on each one that are wide open and whipping around.
Oh,
All of you are familiar with this creature from various myths and stories, and you recognise it as a beholder.
I'm assuming it's
They are something that you were sure were just made up by parents to keep kids in line.
Do they have beauty in its eyes?
I was going to say that.
The 10
Decided
little eye stalks are just whipping around. They don't appear to have seen you just yet.
Gooey.
God.
I was going to say that.
So it sees us now.
It doesn't notice.
Oh.
Oh, it's sleeping. It's still fucking terrifying. Can we like skirt around the edges? Can we just like skirt around the edges?
You can certainly try if you want to make a stealth check.
You want to, be a bit schneedy, be a bit
Yeah.
schmoovin.
We all need to do it.
Whoever's sneaking around the outside, make me a stealth check.
I got 10.
Okay. And are you going up the left hand or right hand side of this horseshoe?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, can I use inspiration on this?
Yep.
Sound. I'll have another go.
What's Ghost Bro doing?
He's just sort of
Oh, no.
hanging by the door.
8.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Great.
No, it's an 8.
And are you following Faye, or are you going up the left hand side?
I'll follow Faye.
Okay.
I'm going to go up the left
Doing it
side,
for
and I'm just
themselves.
going to stroll.
Cool, that's fine.
What,
So you're
you don't
making
even
no
fight
effort to
yourself?
hide yourself, you're just clanging along.
I'm too big to hide. Look at me.
Clangity clang. Clang clang. Clangity
in the
clang.
tune as she walks along.
What do the rest of you do?
I was waiting to see what the ghost man told us to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly the same.
He just points to the beholder and says, "Well, here's our proud new overseer."
Fuck! Okay. Cool. Cool.
Quadruple sickle combo. Tickle even.
You're just going to bum rush it.
Yeah. Fuck it. We're gonna end up fighting it anyway, aren't we? So let's do it.
Not necessarily.
We've literally come here. We literally come here to kill it.
James Jameson.
Can I go with what's above it?
The ceiling basically just rises up maybe another 30 feet. And you can see... Just make me a perception check, please.
Can I sit on its muzzle?
Oh, God.
That is a 3.
Okay.
See no feeling.
You as you look up, you can't. What's your dark vision range?
What?
Okay, you can just about make out a hole in the ceiling, maybe the same size as this thing. Anyone else doing anything before Faye bum rushes this?
No.
Can I move away from Faye?
You certainly can. So,
Cool. I'm getting the fuck
But
out of
you're not
Dodge.
gonna. You won't know that I'm gonna bum rush it though.
I could see you already like withdrawing your sickles.
so at the moment, then, just to recap, we've got Magemak on the left-hand fork, Faye rushing this thing.
I thought I was getting on the muzzle.
Oh, you attacking as well?
No, I was just going to climb on it.
Okay, you can certainly try.
Oh, you've only just been resurrected. I did.
Okay.
You're going to ride
Natasha's
the
still on the
ball.
right-hand fork, and Bagerac.
Yeah, but
James,
make it my way
Lours.
back to
Yeah,
the
I'm just on
group,
the-
like in a shifty sort of manner.
Just on the left.
And so we've just got Bagerac, James, and Lours sat at the entrance.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yeah, I kind of figured this was going to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh,
See,
come the
this is-
fuck on.
Oh my god.
This is what you get.
What you
What
get when you mess with the
Okay.
warrior.
So, Bagerac.
19.
Excellent. Faye.
8.
James.
7.
Was that so I couldn't hear you over Natasha coughing to death?
7.
7. Tap. Lours.
4.
Magemak.
17.
Bad.
And Natasha.
23.
Jesus.
Bang, 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 bang.
Okay. So,
So,
Faye and Magemak, both of you will get a round of surprise. Magemak, you're up first. You want to try and climb on this thing, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, if you can just make me a, let's call this a strength athletics check, please. What we're going to use, basically just say you're trying to grapple.
So what we're doing is it's C strength.
C athletics.
Tap, 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 tap.
17.
Okay. Now this thing is asleep, so it's going to try and contest this with disadvantage. Which is not able to. You're able to climb on top of this thing. As soon as you do, the eye opens up and it starts
Right.
snarling, and the 10 eyes on top just start whipping around, just looking for what's going on.
Can I
Faye,
poke it?
that would be, so grappling it is your action.
Yeah, fair.
You could still take a bonus action if you've got one.
I haven't got one. I'm just hanging on, apparently.
That's fine. So Faye,
I would like to try and visually impair it, and I'm
All
just,
10 eyes.
Slice
Like
all its
50
eyeballs
I was
off.
gonna say it has like 11 eyes.
yeah. But I'm gonna start. I've got sickles. So I'm gonna take out 10 in one go.
that's fine. Go ahead and roll me an attack, please.
Do I get to do all 4?
Yeah, it's an entire round of surprise action.
Woohoo! 16.
Close.
16
Mm-hmm.
misses.
Oh,
Fucking what? Right, that's it. I've had enough. 27.
27 hits. Have you still got
Uh,
Crimson Right active?
I do.
Excellent.
8 slashing, 2 lightning.
Okay, excellent.
23.
That's got to hit, surely.
That hits, yeah.
I was going to say, if that doesn't hit, I'm going home.
Shit game.
roll the new
7.
character.
7.
Shit game. I'm going to take the ball back.
Excellent.
And then final one, 21.
Well, that would be it. So your first attack misses. So you wouldn't then be able to use your weapon fighting on your first attack.
Oh, okay.
Your second attack hits, which allows you to then get your second attack in.
I'm with you. Okay, cool. That's fine.
On that set of 2.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, you've managed to gouge out a couple of chunks from this thing with a sickle, and it roars and screeches in a language that you don't really understand. As it does, one of the eyes whips around and focuses on you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I'm not particularly dexterous right at this minute in time.
Why not?
I get disadvantage when I've got my strength modifier on.
I get -1, and I still climbed it.
9.
9. As this eye fixes you, there's this blast of energy from it. And it doesn't knock you off your feet, but you take a step back, and as you go to take a second step back to steady yourself, you find your foot just catches in the floor. And as you look down, you can see that both of your feet have turned to stone.
Cool.
Oh, fuck. Petrification ray.
It is starting to creep up your legs.
Shit.
That's what she said.
You are now restrained.
Okay.
So now we're into initiative proper. Natasha, you're up first. Bagerac, you're on deck. What are we doing?
I am going to cast Fear, please.
Okay.
So Fear, I project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears.
Yeah.
Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever it is holding and become frightened for the duration.
Each creature.
Each creature. So...
Okay.
Don't let it drop me.
So, considering the size of this chamber, in order to do that, you would first of all have to move down into the lower level to get within range for a 30-foot spell.
Oh. Okay. Fuck. Alright, what we're gonna do then. So how far away is it?
So at the moment, it's probably about 40, 45 foot away from you, but you are on this upper level.
Okay. I will then cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Ooh. What's that do?
I whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of my choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Fuck. Nice.
Okay, so what is that saving throw?
16
On, was it wisdom?
on wisdom.
They fail.
Okay, so the dissonant whispers kind of go, kind of like that kind of
That
thing.
is
You know,
annoying.
Whispering.
That was painful.
And it has to move away from you.
It has to move away from me as long as it doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground such as fire or a pit.
Okay, so it basically starts to rush directly backwards towards a desk positioned behind it. It doesn't so much walk, it just sort of levitates slightly off the floor and then just drifts backwards at about walking speed. Magemak, can you just make me a dex saving throw, please, to see whether or not you're able to cling on to this thing as it suddenly reels backwards?
Deck saving throw, did you say?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Zero.
Okay. You're not able to hold your footing, and you stack it onto the floor. So you are
I'm
now
also
prone.
standing on my head.
It's not tall enough for you to fall and do any damage to yourself, but you are now on your ass and considered prone.
Okay. I dealt 10 psychic damage to
Excellent.
the beholder. I used a second level spell, so
That's fine.
Mhm.
So yeah, at the moment it's sort of reeling back. It's like its huge central eye at the moment is completely screwed up, and its mouth is just screaming in this unintelligible speech pattern. Yeah, it is. It is definitely afraid of you. Anything else on your turn?
I'm going to give some bardic inspiration to my man Bagerac.
Cool.
Excellent.
And
That's
there we go.
fine then.
Was it a D8 now or a D4?
Yeah, 1d8 to ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws.
Okay, so with that then, Bagerac, you're up. Magemak is on deck.
So are we on a level above it, like on a balcony?
So yeah, so yourself.
Oh, I hit the deck.
Yourself, James, and Lours are basically on a level above this thing, just in the entrance where you've come in. To your right is Natasha, who is also up on the same level as you, and in the recess below is the Beholder, Magemak on his arse,
Magemak.
and Faye, whose feet are turning to stone.
Good.
That's okay. Can I move forward to the edge of said balcony?
Mm-hmm.
8.
And yes, yeet a javelin down at it.
Yeah, certainly. So you basically move to the top of one of these two staircases that go down into this lower section to get close enough to throw a javelin. If you can make me ranged attack then, please, with your javelin.
My javelin.
Your javelin.
That is a 19.
19 hits. Roll me some damage, please.
That is 7.
7.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yep. So the javelin just goes in and just sticks straight into the central eye. Just as it's trying to open it and recover from being feared, you've just got this spear just comes in just straight into the main central orbit on there. How much damage was that again? Sorry.
Plus 7.
Excellent. Okay. As it does this, one of the eye stalks whips around and focuses on you.
Right.
And I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is there any chance I can cast cutting words on this?
As a reaction.
Yes.
What's the wording on cutting words? Sorry.
As a reaction, when a creature that's not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet, makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can expend one use of Bardic Inspiration, roll the die, and subtract the number from the creature's roll. I can do so after the roll, but before knowing the result.
This isn't so much an attack.
Is it a creature's?
Roll.
It's more like a reaction.
It's
okay,
not
that's
an
fine.
attack or a spell.
Okay,
It is
that's fine
literally
then.
just like dead-eyeing. Unintended.
Uh,
Dead-eyeing Bagerac with just a beam of energy.
Okay. So kind of like a reaction.
Kind of, yeah.
So it's the creature's reaction. Okay, that's fine. No worries.
Yeah. So Bagerac, what was your dex saving throw?
22.
22, that's fine. As this wave of energy hits you, you start to feel your muscles and joints start to try and seize up, but you manage to fight through and it passes. So
Right.
you're
I'll
fine.
throw another javelin at it.
You
Fuck
certainly
you.
can.
Because, you know, fuck you trying to do your weird shit on me. That's 22 to hit.
That hits. Roll some damage, please.
That would be an 8.
Excellent. So another javelin just goes in and doesn't quite split the original javelin in twain. It just manages to sink in on a point just north of the main big eye. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, I'll move back from the edge so it can't see me so much.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fine. So you're about 10 feet back now from the from the steps. Okay. Magemak.
Yeah.
You're up.
Well, no, I'm down.
Magemak's up. Faye, you're on deck.
So, as I'm prone on the floor,
Yep.
if I use Eldritch Blast,
Yep.
is it going to be on a disadvantage?
No.
Okay,
No,
I'll just use it.
You're not at a disadvantage for casting spells. If someone attacks you, they have advantage, and if you want to stand up, it costs you, I think it's like half your movement to get up on your feet.
Okay. Let's go.
Cool.
Eldritch Pew Pew time.
Cool. Roll to hit, please.
Oh, it's casting it. 8.
First shot misses. Beam goes wide.
Oh, I can do another one, can't I?
Yep, you get 2.
The second one is 12.
12. Again, second one misses. After being thrown to the floor, you're just a little bit out of calibration and you're just trying to get your aim in. So the first one goes really wide, the second one not as wide, so you are narrowing your focus on that. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Stand up, I guess.
Okay. So that's
all I got.
half your movement to stand up. You can still move if you want.
Yeah, I'll move like. Would it be 15 feet away from it?
Yeah, so your movement's 30, I believe. So it's 50.
Yeah, I
you,
think so.
you can then move 15 feet away from this
Yep.
thing.
Cool, we'll do that then.
That's fine. Absolutely.
And that's it?
fine.
I won't do
Cool.
anything complicated like the rest.
No.
I didn't do anything complicated. I threw basically pointy sticks at it.
As you get up and move back, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
17.
17. That's fine. Another one of these stalk eyes tries to hit you with a beam of energy. And it just... as you're getting up, you can see it sort of swinging around and focusing. You just manage to sidestep out of the way and avoid getting hit by it. So, now it is the Beholder's turn. Faye is on deck. It is currently suffering from a mild case of javelinitis to its main eye.
Javelinitis. Have some inspiration, DM. Have some inspiration.
Take it away from him.
Calm down. So, as it does, it starts to float up off the floor. So it is now level with the top tier of this chamber. And it's got a nice direct line of sight on all of you.
Oh, great.
So... James. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please? Was that sorry? You broke up again.
17.
17. A wave of like sickly green energy is just projected out of one of these eye stalks and hits you square in the chest, but the force of it just sort of rolls you out of the way of taking the rest of the energy wave following behind it. You take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Feels like
Lours.
a TPK.
No, we got this. I believe.
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oakley?
Sorry, can't. Well,
12 was that?
yes.
Before
Okay.
I use cutting words,
Have
Sorry, is this my end? I can't hear Tom.
yeah,
he
no,
did
it's all right.
pause
No,
there.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
I thought he'd gone then for a second.
because the creature's attacking, and we've seen the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Let's have a quick.
I lied as well. It's a 13. I can't count. I rolled a 5.
Why can I not find the mechanics for cutting words? Is it a bard feature?
It's just it's a feature. So as a reaction, when a creature that's not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet, makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can expend one use of bardic inspiration, roll the die, and subtract the number from the creature's roll. You can do so after the roll, but before knowing the result.
Did it make a roll? Actually, we don't know, do we?
This is the thing. It's not so much attacking. It's not sort of like aiming. It is just sending this flood of energy directly at a target.
I'll take it.
So it's not trying to hit something specifically. It is. It is just firing a blast of energy in that direction.
Okay.
So if it was actively aiming at someone, then yes. Or if it was like moving in to make an attack, then that's it. But because this is essentially like blind firing, again, excuse the pun, it's not trying to hit someone specific.
Okay.
There's a lot of dice rolls going on behind the scenes to make this random.
How many million D6 damage do I take?
So sorry, what did you get on your DC?
13.
Okay. You suddenly feel an immediate sympathy for this thing. You don't want to harm it at all. You can't understand why everyone around you is like suddenly gone really hostile. You are now charmed by the beholder.
I'm going to remind myself what this does while we carry
on. And finally, Natasha.
Mm-hmm.
Can you also make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Great.
Oh, wait, hang on, sorry. No, dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, that's better.
Charmer has advantage on social. Oh, so
That's much better. 23.
23. That's fine. Again, this wave of energy sort of just projects towards you, and you manage to step out the way. It just about catches your arm, and you feel like all of your... Every time you're trying to move your arm out of the way, and whilst the sort of upper part of your arm moves, the lower half, everything below the elbow, just appears to be moving really slowly. Like, it doesn't hurt or anything, it's just like you're trying to move it through like tar or something.
Okay.
But it passes after a few moments.
Right.
Okay, so...
Am I able to cast my Pimp Cane on this as a reaction as well?
Remind me of the function on your Pimp Cane, please?
If a flying creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to hold the staff aloft and cause it to flare with light. The attacker has disadvantage on the attack roll, and it must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or be blinded until the start of its next turn.
You know what? I will allow it.
Cool.
Nice.
Constitution saving throw of 15, please.
Yeah, they fail.
Cool, so they're blinded until the start of next turn.
So, yeah, as you raise your pimp staff to the heavens, it immediately lets out this blinding flash of light in the direction of the floating
Fuego!
All 10 of its eyes shut and sort of retract, kind of like if a snail bumps into something it's not expecting. The eyes just kind of retract into their stalks a little bit, and it starts drifting down to the floor, still sort of screeching and roaring in this horrible guttural voice. So it has disadvantage on what, sorry?
It has disadvantage on the attack roll, and it is blinded until the start of its next turn.
That's fine. Okay, so yeah, it is now blind. So Faye, you're up. I'm going to need you to make another dexterity saving throw, please, as your feet are beginning to petrify.
Why must it be Dex? 14.
Okay. You are... You see the sort of stone creep come up with the legs, and the more you try to fight against it, the more the quicker it spreads, and it makes its way up your legs and continues. So you are now up to your waist, has turned to stone. You can still move your upper body, but everything from sort of the waist down is starting to turn into solid rock.
This is going to turn into, like, you know, that kid from that movie with all the monsters that he holds in his pocket.
We need to cry.
Yeah, we'll all need to cry and save Faye. The power of friendship.
So
maybe she's as good as Death.
For what it's worth, you still have your full turn. You're just unable to move from the spot you're rooted to.
Okay, I'm going to shoot 2 crossbows.
Cool. Go for it.
Don't sound too enthusiastic.
Oh, 13.
First one misses.
Fuck. Oh, nat 20.
That hits and crits.
That misses.
Hits and
damage,
crits and
please.
hits and crits and hits and crits and hits and crits and crits and crits and hits and crits.
7.
Is that 7 with the crit?
Yeah, with the crit.
Oh.
So the crossbow bolt flies loose and finds its mark just in. You've just managed to like get in the side of what you assume might be a tear duct on the side of its like big eye, on the big squishy bit at the front.
Ooh.
Yeah,
jelly.
It's not pretty. It is not pretty. Did you want to try anything else?
No.
You sound so sad. Calm down, Eeyore.
Okay, James, you're up. Lours, you're on deck.
Okay. I will use bonus action. Zephyr Strike again.
Yep.
Zephyrs' mark, but it's
So Zephyr strikes up. You can suddenly feel that your entire body is enervated by this sort of tailwind.
yes.
And you can feel this
move
swirling around the around your rapier. What else do you want to do?
Attack with my rapier as an action.
Cool, that's fine. You're going to need to speak up just a little bit, dude. You're coming through very quietly.
Okay.
So
18 to hit.
that hits.
Yay. 7 damage, and I will use. He has taken damage. Yeah, he's got.
It has taken
javelin
damage.
in the eye.
So you could pile on with your Colossus Smash and your Zephyr Strike if you wanted to.
Yeah, you watch me roll a fucking 1. Oh, 7. I take that back entirely.
Cool.
And
7, amazing.
yeah, and Zephyr
Almost a 1.
Looks like a 1.
5.
A 1 with a hammer.
So 19 in total, 5 of which is force damage.
Fantastic.
And I get a second pack. So I'll have the go at the bastard. 12.
12 misses, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm assuming that being on a different level doesn't matter to me, because I can just fly to it.
No, you
Sorry,
basically you've
mentioned
got
that to start
sufficient
with.
movement to just sort of like swoop in, and just go full kebab on it.
Jab it in the eyeball.
Yeah.
Should
Cool.
have named my sword.
That would be so good right now.
Is it too late to name my sword Beauty?
It is. Unfortunately, the ship has sailed
Ah.
because Natasha, as expected, made the Beauty and Beholder Eye pun right at the start.
Yeah, but she didn't name her weapon Beauty.
It's true.
And
Hey,
blatantly the
beauty,
javelin that I
beauty
threw
is
into its face
beauty
to do
is
that
my beauty is my charm, and rapier is my wit. Okay, I've been doing this a lot longer than you have.
All right.
Cool. So, Lours, you're up. Natasha, you're on deck.
Lovely.
You are still currently charmed by the Beholder.
Yeah, that was good. So I can't attack it. Is that correct? I think it's friendly.
You don't feel compelled in any way to take any aggressive action against this thing,
Okay.
but you can still see your friends and colleagues around you that seem to be. They've clearly misunderstood this thing.
They just
I'm
need
so
helping.
thoroughly confused by it. Can I get? Am I within 30 feet of Faye?
Yes, yeah.
This probably won't work, but I'm gonna try and do it anyway. I'm gonna run over to Faye because she looks like she's in peril, and I don't really know why she's fighting this thing, but she looks like she's struggling. So I'm gonna try Lesser Restoration on her.
Okay.
It cures apparently blind, deaf, paralyzed, or poisoned. One of those. So I'm gonna, if it looks like paralysis kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
You cast it, and this wave of healing druidic energy surges forth out of you, and you can see that the stone creep has sort of started to drift back down. So basically, Faye is now stone up to the knees, but it is definitely retreating in light of healing magic coming in.
Okay. That is very much all I can do, whilst looking confusedly at the rest of the people still fighting my buddy. Do I have to make some check against it, or am I just perma-charmed?
You're just charmed.
Alrighty. That is all I will do then.
Cool. That's fine. So you run up, and as Chat has pointed out, Faye is not completely stoned just yet. Yeah, so you run up and try to reverse the effect of Faye's heavy stoning, whilst also extolling the virtues of your new big shiny eye boss.
Would you say she's not chronixed yet?
Not yet, no. You can stop making puns, you already have inspiration.
I've already used it. I've got to get it back.
No,
Then
no
I
more for
fear
you.
we are in for many, many puns. Okay, so with that in mind,
Tons of
Natasha,
damage.
you're up. Bagerac,
Hi!
you're on deck.
Okay. What do I want to do now?
So just to recap what we've got James is currently trying to turn this thing into a Christingle decoration. at the back of the
Cool.
room, next to the desk. A little bit further back from that, you've got Faye, who is currently listening to a lecture on the joys of having many eyes from Lours. Magemak just behind them in this lower recess. On the upper level, you've got yourself on one side and Bagerac on the other, who appears to be just double-checking how many javelins he's got left.
Okay. What are the javelins made out of?
The javelins
metal.
are made out of, I believe, at least a metal head and some sort of wooden haft.
Okay, so would you say like a metal coating?
I'd say it's certainly metal
metal tip.
would be used in their construction. Yes.
Wonderful, and they're buried. One of them's at
One of
least
them
buried
is
in the.
one of them is currently trying to retrieve a contact lens from this thing.
Okay, cool. I cast heat metal on that javelin,
Beautiful.
on the metal tip of that javelin in the eye of the beholder,
Cool. That is
And I-
fine.
and I use the 3rd level spell variation.
Okay.
So basically, it will take 3d8 fire damage when I cast this spell.
Yeah.
If the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So, if you can roll me some fire damage, please, first of all.
Definitely 22.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuego!
Yeah. As
Wow.
you
Wait. I think I also do more damage with that, actually. I get +1, so 23 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic quarterstaff. While holding it, I gain a +1 to spell attack rolls. So
that would be on the-
23 damage.
So that would be the attack roll. So if you're trying to hit something with a ranged spell, you get a +1.
Okay. That's fine. It just says +9 to spell damage as well.
Okay. So as you cast it and heat it up, you see briefly there is a rippling underneath this eyelid before there is this sudden pop as the eye just boils and explodes out.
Oh yeah.
The javelin is still buried quite deep into this thing's face.
Wonderful.
Nice and nasty.
And that's a full-on fuego, ladies and gents.
That is a full fuego. Anything else from yourself?
No, I think I'm good. Wait, no. I
Yeah.
cast Bardic Inspiration on Bagerac.
Okay. Cool. So, Bagerac, you're up. Magemak, you're on deck. Bagerac, what are you doing?
Is it within melee range if I'm by the edge of this?
If you decide to,
banister
yeah,
or not?
I was going to say you're close enough that you could move up into melee range with it. Yes.
In that case, I will go into the famous Bagerac full-on rage
Yep.
and charge it with the Great Axe.
Beautiful. Cool.
I've seen its eye pop.
Roll
Why
to
not?
hit.
I'm going
I'd say with advantage because it's on the floor now. It's not technically prone, but it's like lying there screaming with a burning spear in its fucking eye that's just exploded. So I'd say you have advantage at this point.
in that case, that's 19 to hit.
That hits. Roll some damage, please.
That'd be 15 damage.
15.
Nice.
Jesus.
It's like a thwonk.
Fantastic. So as you manage to bring is this a great axe you say you're using?
Yes.
Yeah, you bring it in. You manage to catch the end of the javelin you first threw, and in addition to driving that further in, you also manage to bring your axe down and do a significant portion of damage. You've snapped basically the haft of the spear off, so there's no way that this spearhead is coming out without someone reaching in and pulling that back out now.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to take a second swing at it. Bring the axe back around.
Go for it.
Is that with advantage again or not?
Again with advantage because it's
Okay.
in such a fucking state.
That is a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Oh, well, 25. Sorry, I keep forgetting the rage. And it's 11 damage.
Tell me, Bagerac.
Yay!
How do you want to do this?
Bringing my axe back around, I'm going to use the flat of the blade to hammer the javelin straight through its eye.
Nice.
Beautiful. So the
I
rest
did
of
a
you,
fuck ton of damage in that fight.
the rest of you don't really see this, other than Bagerac apparently using his axe wrong. But Bagerac, what you see is this burning spear tip just being forced out the back of this thing's fleshy, bulbous, orby body. As it does, all 10 of the eye stalks start wriggling and writhing before just sort of contorting and falling flat against the body. As this thing dies, Faye, you find that the petrification that had started to creep up your legs is now just receding back down onto the floor, and after a few moments of sort of unsteady, like you've been sat on your legs weird, they've just gone completely numb, and after a few moments of pins and needles, you manage to move them about again.
Woohoo!
And with that, we are out of initiative.
Yeah.
What
Sounds
do
about
Faye's legs appear like stone-wise now?
Get your
They-
mind
that
out the gutter,
sounds-
Oakley. Honestly.
The petrification is completely gone. It takes a few moments for her to sort of like regain. Like I say, it's like she's got really bad pins and needles, and so it
Yeah.
takes a while. It takes a few minutes just for the to be able to stand
No,
up.
that's fine.
So she's like sort of leaning on you. Lours, you had a bit of a momentary passing despair as your new best friend just suddenly brutalised by Bagerac. But again, around about the time that Faye's able to regain her legs, you suddenly realise that was a weird moment for you, and you're not too sure
I
what's
just
going
stand confusedly.
on. Standing up
Faye.
above you on the upper level is the ghost of Cornelius.
Christmas past.
He just looks down and goes, "Thank you. I hope I never see any of you ever again."
Ditto.
And as his voice trails off, the body just sort of disappears and ethers away into the
Bye-bye now.
space. And that is the story of how you guys defeated a beholder and found the entire recorded archives of the operations of the Crimson Order. Details we'll get into next time.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
I cut
Excellent.
one of the eyes off as a trophy.
You certainly can. Excellent. Right then, folks.
I need it for a new trophy shelf, Turner.
I'm sure beholder stalks are like part of quite powerful magic ingredients.
There's bits and pieces that we'll need to wrap up following the end of this, but we have overrun due to the stream dying on its arse. So I'll look at doing a DM cocktail evening probably next weekend some point because of work schedules this week making it a little bit awkward. Or we might do something tomorrow, whatever. I'll put it out to the group and we'll work something out.
That's
In the meantime, thank you everyone for playing. If you just wanted to go ahead and fill everyone in on the ration challenge that you're doing. Is it this week? Next week?
13th of September it starts, so a couple more weeks to go. It's I was getting loads of donations and sponsorship, but it's gone a bit stagnant the past few days. I'm about £50 away from getting to £600.
Nice.
So yeah, basically just going to be eating the same rations as a Syrian refugee for a week and trying to. The more money I earn, the more other rations I earn. At £600, I get a 330ml can of Coke,
Ooh, fancy.
which I desperately need. So
Nice.
Well, if you want to support in what she's doing, if you go to rationchallenge.org.uk/Emilie-Westcott, the address is on the screen for the stream right now. I'll put it in the description and put it up on various socials, on Twitter and the YouTube channel description afterwards. Again, thank you everyone for playing, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe, Dice Roll fans. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Just have a good week. Have a
protect your
lovely
balls.
Protect your balls. Bye, everyone.
bye,
Bye.
Dad.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye now. Bye
Excuse me?
bye. Bye bye now.